मार्केट कितना वॉलेटाइल हो रहा है पता है? मैं सोच रही हूँ अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स के एसआईपीज बंद कर देती हूँ।
मार्केट के अप एंड डाउन मूवमेंट को प्रेडिक्ट करके इन्वेस्ट करना इम्पॉसिबल है। फॉलिंग मार्केट्स में सेम एसआईपी से तुम्हें ज्यादा यूनिट्स मिलेंगे और राइजिंग मार्केट्स में कम। ओवर टाइम ये वॉलेटिलिटी एवरेज आउट हो जाएगी।
इसीलिए मैं सजेस्ट करूंगी स्टिक टू योर एसआईपीज।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
Yeah, no, so obviously I was a part of the squad in the Tri-Series to Sri Lanka, which was an amazing tour, really great experience. And then the way I found out about, being a part of the World Cup squad was I was actually in school and I was walking to my lesson and then I looked at my phone and so I missed the call from Richard Bedbrook, who lets us know if we're in or not. And then I called him back straight away and was like, hello, what's up? And he just said I was part of the World Cup squad. And obviously that was like an amazing feeling. And, because I had such a great time on the Sri Lanka tour, it was like, I was so relieved I could just, go on another tour with England U19s and, try and recreate, feelings I experienced in Sri Lanka. And then like the first person I called was my mum. She was elated, honestly over the moon, and then she just sent a, message on the family group chat being like I was selected, and yeah, it was a really, really good experience. And then obviously playing in a World Cup, you expect a lot of emotions going around, and yeah, I mean, at least you're feeling nervous for a World Cup and not for something else. My school are doing mocks right now, so I'm glad I'm not doing them, and I'm here, playing cricket, so. Yeah, so my family is quite a sporty family and, my mum played a variety of sports growing up. My dad really only played cricket in Sri Lanka. And then obviously when I was probably about 6, started playing just in the house, with my dad. And then I started going to a club in North London, then played for Middlesex for about 9 years. And then I moved to Essex last year. And now I've signed with Warwickshire. And then obviously along that way I played for Sunrisers Academy and then got played for the first team when I was around 16. And then, and then obviously last year played with England U19s as well to Sri Lanka. So that's pretty much my story. But yeah, it's been a really good ride so far. I don't think I ever really sat them down and been like, oh look, I want to do this professionally. I think they just knew and they supported me. They supported me since I was 6. My mum drives me around everywhere, and then they've just known, and they've really. I think without them, it wouldn't really be where I am. So honestly, yeah, they were on board from literally my first training session, and then they've been, really big drivers of my journey and really supporting me in every aspect they could. When I was younger, I was like, well, I don't really care. I'm playing cricket, and I'd much rather play cricket than, go out. As I've got older, obviously you want to go out more, but I always much rather be playing cricket. So it's been quite an easy decision for me, as in like it's either going out or playing cricket. And I always choose playing cricket, sorry. So yeah, it's not really been much of a difficult choice for me. Yeah, I mean, when I was, just starting quite young, there weren't many girls teams. I think it's probably only been in the last 3, 4, 5 years even where, especially school cricket, where schools are starting to have girls cricket teams. So I think I used to play with the boys a lot, and obviously, that's quite a different situation you're put in as the only girl in a team, and obviously sometimes it's a bit difficult to adapt to playing in a boys team, but that's probably the biggest challenge I had to overcome. But putting yourself in this challenging situation only makes you better in the long term. So but that's probably one of the biggest challenges I've had to face. Yeah, no, I think it's been pretty cool. I don't think it's ever negatively impacted me. So I just think, embracing the 2 different cultures, and, obviously because I'm half Sri Lankan, my first England tour going to Sri Lanka was, absolutely massive for me and my family. And it was a really proud moment for all of us. So I think that was pretty cool. Well, when I was much younger, I was just a bowler. And then when I was about 10, I had a stress fracture in my back, which was pretty young, but it meant I missed like Well, I didn't miss any cricket, to be fair, because I got it during the winter. But then I had a bit of apprehension bowling, so I started really focusing on my batting. And then when I was probably around 14, 15, 16, I always kind of viewed myself as a batter that could kind of bowl, because I never really took bowling seriously. But then, in the last year or so, I think I've really tried to define myself as a genuine all-rounder and just try to practice both disciplines, because, I think being an all-rounder in the women's game especially is such a commodity, and I think if you can get into the team for both disciplines, it just makes your chances of getting selected every time a lot easier. And you can also impact the game in more than one way. So, there's been so many times where I don't score runs with a bat and then have been able to perform with the ball and vice versa. So, yeah, I think that's what really motivated me to become an all-rounder. I don't know, there's been quite a few. I think main ones would probably be like Kumar Sangakkara and Nat Sciver-Brunt. I think those three players are class players, and I think Nat Sciver-Brunt as well, being an all-rounder, that was quite a nice role model to look up to. And then Kumar Sangakkara, I just think when they bat, honestly, so good to watch. Yeah, I mean, it's been tough because, like I said, we've been running across snow and rain to get to grass wickets, and been fielding in freezing cold weathers. So obviously coming to Malaysia and experiencing this humidity was really quite a shock. But no, I think we've spent about almost 2 weeks out here. I think a lot of players are getting used to it. Obviously, it's still tough because you're just sweating all the time and you're losing a lot of water. But I think people are adapting to it really well, and finding methods to just keep hydrated throughout the matches, and recovery as well has been a really big thing for us, and just being really disciplined with recovering after training and matches really well. So just staying fresh, and so I think, well, to be fair, only half the team has really been from the Sri Lanka tour to now. So there's been a few new faces, and I think quite a few people will be making their debut tomorrow. But no, we've spent a couple months with each other now, and I think you always build up a really good bond on these tours with pretty much everyone. Obviously, people have their best mates and whatnot, but everyone gets on really well. And I think especially this tour, the group is a very tight-knit bunch. Like, everyone talks to everyone hangs out with everyone. I don't know, I feel like Sri Lanka was just in general a really fun tour. Like, we weren't really allowed out in Hambantota, but in Gaul, we went out a lot. We all loved this ice cream place in Gaul, and we just go there every day and buy ice cream. And also in Sri Lanka in the first place, because we stayed at the Shangri-La, played a lot of pool, and I think as in like pool that way, and that was really good fun. And then in England as well, like, I think, to be fair, when we're in the camps, it's been, because it's so busy and so intense, there's not much, we don't go out anywhere, but people get fines for doing silly stuff, so that's been quite good fun. And it's a really good group to be a part of. Obviously, playing in such like an elite environment as in the under-19 is, you come across so many good cricketers your age, and suddenly it just wants to make you improve because everyone is just so good. So I think in that sense, it's really challenged me, and this environment's really helped me improve as a person and as a player. And and I think I've just tried to find ways of improving my game, every day, if so be it, even if it's just a small percentage. But I just think it's all about improving, and especially for a T20 World Cup, it's all about who can score runs quicker. So it's just finding new ways of you can do that. So yeah, I've got number 10. I finally got it. That's I just remember, like, when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of football, and I think the best players always had number 10. So I was like, I wanted number 10. And also, I always imagined my shirt having Amuruthaa on it, so it had a good ring. Obviously, I have my surname on it, but yeah, I think it was a pretty cool number. I've wanted it for a very long time, but this first year I've got it at Warwickshire as well, and in England under 19s.